Hey Rose, want to grab a drink?
Your happiest hour of the week starts now.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy because the drinks are on us. Welcome back to Drinks on Us. I'm Riley.
And I'm Rose. We are so happy you joined us for happy hour. Oh my goodness. It is really great to see your face, Riley. For everybody watching on YouTube and just listening, Riley is officially in her new studio. And I bet if I didn't call it out, people wouldn't notice because this girl works overtime for the Duke Crew. Would you like to tell them?
What do they tell them what?
That you said your walls would maybe be gray, and the Duke Crew said that's fine. And Riley said, no, I'll deliver. I'll get in my house and paint it white before we film due.
No, so this room was dark gray, and so was our master bedroom, and I can't do that. Like I needed everything to be white for my sanity. And so that was the first thing we did in the house was paint those rooms.
Did it make such a difference? I know we'll talk a little bit about your weekend, but just have to know, did the white make a huge difference?
It's crazy how much of a difference white paint can make. Like it looks like a completely different room. It looks bigger and brighter. Like paint is really all you need, and it makes such a drastic difference. Sorry, my hair is sticking out, so I need to take off my headphones for just one moment.
Okay, that's all right. I'll tell them what we're going to chat about today.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, she's back. Okay. Well, before we tell them, I have to know, what white paint did you end up going with since there's 5 million?
Okay, there's literally 5 million shades at Sherwin-Williams, and I took some swatches home. It was such a hard decision, but also I'm not someone like I knew I had to decide by the time we moved in, so I feel like that just made my decision process a lot quicker. I went with Greek Villa.
Ooh,
it's like a warm white. It's cool, but also not. Like it's a good creamy white, if that makes sense, but it's not yellowy.
I love that. I might need to. So our house, when we bought it, basically you get this plain white, extra white. Yeah. I mean, white as white gets, or you can pay to have like a cool white. That's much better, but it's astronomical, as you can imagine. I don't know if you even got paint quotes for 2 rooms, let alone our entire home. So I figured eventually maybe we can go for the paint job ourselves, but the white game really overwhelms me. So I'll remember Greek Villa.
Greek Villa, yeah, it's a pretty white. It's creamy, like I said, but it's still cool. And you can totally paint yourself. Like painting, getting it done by someone else is so much money, and good for the people who have that kind of money to spend because it's like amazing. But we did it ourselves because we're spending our money elsewhere. Like we're redoing the master bathroom. We're going to put a deck on. There's just a lot of other things. And so we just got it done.
No, I'm so proud. And
Thanks.
I can't wait to hear more. But before we get into everything this week, you guys, Riley and I are going full girl talk. So if you're with your boyfriend, husband, probably turn it off. We're talking about good old Mother Nature at all things cycle, because I feel like we talk a lot about knowing your body and how much like balancing your hormones and just, I don't know. It's so crazy how fascinating the human body is. And Riley and I are such nerds with this kind of stuff. We listened to like a 4-hour podcast about your period being like your report card for your health. And so we just thought we'd kind of do a cycle cheat sheet, just share a little bit of our journey of knowing and growing in knowing our body. I don't think I said that right, but whatever. You guys get the gist of what we're going to chit chat about. So that's something that you're interested in. You should stay listening. So we're going to chit chat a little bit about Riley's weekend, of course, but before we do, Ry, what do you have in your cup tonight?
Tonight in my cup, I'm drinking something different. It's called Better Booch, and it's kombucha in a can. And the flavor is called Morning Glory, and the can is like this beautiful lavender, like purpley color with cream. So I figured it would maybe be lavender, but it is like peach and black tea.
Ooh,
it's
yum.
different. I actually like it.
I love peach tea, so I feel like I'd love.
It's like very refreshing, but I have to say, so we got it at Meijer. Have you ever heard of Meijer grocery store?
I have. I've never been.
I'm literally obsessed. It's like 8 minutes from the new house. And whenever I found out that that was going to be like the closest store to us, I was kind of bummed. I was like, oh, like Meijer, I'm sure it's not great.
Yeah.
I'm used to like Giant Eagle, or was hoping, I don't know, something else would be closer.
Mm-hmm.
Justice for Meijer grocery stores. It is unreal. Like, I can't wait to go back and grocery shop for next week.
Wait, okay. What makes it so great?
Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just like everything you could possibly want is there. Like all of the options. Remember how I told you like some of the grocery stores near my old house didn't have a lot of options for like the healthier things? Everything's there.
Oh,
but also you can get your hair cut there. You can, Kate bought a TV stand. You can get candles. You can get an espresso machine. Like, it's amazing.
What? Okay, I gotta pop in my GPS and see if I got a Meijer. I just want to see what the hype's about now.
It was I was like so happy to be there. I can't wait to go back. And there was like so much pre-made food and just a lot of options.
That's amazing. I'm so happy for you because you're going to be able to get fun, different brand drinks for the pod. Like there's nothing better than strolling around and getting something new while you're doing your grocery shopping, knowing Drinks on Us is coming. Also just loving your grocery store and feeling like you can get what you want and not be like on an army hunt. I feel like you were working overtime to find like Siete or something you wanted.
Exactly. Yes. There was everything I could ever want at, what was it called?
Meijer. What's the price comparable to like a Publix or Whole Foods level?
No, it's not super expensive. It's like the same as, I don't know, Giant Eagle, maybe even cheaper. But
That's
I'm so excited to try new drinks, Better Booch. I would definitely get this again. You guys should try if it's at your grocery store.
I'll try it. Screw it.
Yeah, but what's in your cup?
Okay. I'm really excited about what's in my cup tonight because speaking of grocery stores, I'll explain where I got this after, but this here, Ryan, I'm showing it to you.
Oh, wait, I think I know what it is.
It's the cherry cola poppy.
Oh. Wait, I thought it was the Doc Pop.
You better believe it. I think this is launching any day now. My Sprouts has every poppy, orange cream, wild berry, all of it hidden.
Wait, how did you get it if it hasn't launched?
I don't know. It was insane. I grabbed it quicker than, Sprouts. Do you have a Sprouts? Like somewhere?
I don't know. I'll have to look that up. But you guys, really sad day. We might have mentioned this in a previous episode, but we got taken off the Poppy PR list.
Yeah. I mean, we work overtime for them for free.
Like, what did we do to deserve that? We talk about Poppy all day, every day on the pod.
I know. I might ask them, like, can you stock us up at least if you're going to kick us off PR? What did we do?
Nothing. We didn't do anything.
Yeah, that's sad. So just no, we're not sponsored by Poppy. Maybe not. One day.
We just love it that much.
We do. But one day we'll maybe. Anyways, I'm still going to drink it. This is cherry cola, and I've been waiting for this moment to try it. I was like, knew I was going to save it for this Drinks on Us. So here we go. Cheers.
I'm so excited.
Oh, it's spot on.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
Do you like cherry cola?
I love cherry cola. Okay, so is cherry cola like the same as a cherry Coke?
Yes.
I can't wait to try.
You would love this one.
I need it in my life. That will totally take away any cravings I have for Diet Coke.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Big fan.
Oh, yay. I'm so glad you got it. You spotted it.
I did. So I was going to tell you a little bit about my Sprouts excursion. So I love Uncrustables. Weird. Random.
Oh, same.
Okay. Well, I saw on TikTok that there's this healthier version of an Uncrustable at Sprouts. I said, pull my finger, I'm there. And then I also saw that Malk has a pumpkin spice milk at Sprouts.
Stop.
Yes. And I'm like, you know what? That's 2 reasons I need to go to Sprouts. And then my friend Hunter said that her Sprouts has all the poppy flavors, like the orange cream, like the hard to get ones. And so one night this week, I was like, Ryan, we're going to Sprouts. And I had the time of my life, let me tell you. I got so many poppies. They had a whole section. Riley, you would have been having a whole section dedicated to pumpkin.
Stop. Did you get the pumpkin milk?
They didn't have the pumpkin milk. However, I got, the La Colombo.
Yes.
Or I don't know. They had self-serve pumpkin spice cold brew lattes pre-served. And so I've been having that in the mornings. I also got the Lard brand of pumpkin spice creamer. Have you ever had that? LAIRD?
No.
Oh, you'd love.
Wait,
actually,
I
I'm
need to go
just
to
kidding. I
Sprouts.
think it was Elmhurst.
Okay.
Anyways, either or, like a nice clean brand of almond milk. I couldn't find the Uncrustable, which is a little sad, but I got so many great things. I was having such a great time.
No, like I love a good grocery store. Are we okay?
No, we're so old. I'm like, this isn't crazy because I'm having so much fun that I'd rather just go spend my money at a grocery store than out drinking.
Yeah, no, totally. Oh, good for us. We had great times at the store, at the grocery.
Oh, too bad we weren't strolling together, but I'm glad we both loved our grocery experience. So yeah, I will head back definitely to Sprouts. I think I'm going to frequent there just for talk about every brand, every imaginable healthy option, like of all those trendy brands that we love. They got it all there. So that's the place to go for that kind of stuff. I don't go there for necessarily like all my groceries, but anyways, that was really the highlight of my weekend.
Great highlight.
Thank you. I will say, if you're watching on YouTube, my hair's in a braid because we're filming this on Labor Day, and I was in the pool today, so this is really my only option.
It's so fun.
Can you tell my hair is wet? Probably not because it's slicked back.
Yeah, it looks great.
Thanks. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna throw it in because then maybe it'll be a little crimp after.
Yes.
But really, that was the extent. I'm really dying to hear about your crazy weekend, and I'm sure the Dew Crew wants to know how you're hanging in there.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So crazy. Wait, before I forget, I want to ask, is Ryan big on fantasy football?
He does it every year with his friends. And he came in second last year. Real big upset. He was supposed to win. He was like in first until playoffs kind of situation. But he's not like, he likes and loves football and enjoys it, but basketball is his like pride and joy. So I would say probably not to Cade's extent.
Oh my gosh.
I know Cade lives and breathes that because that's his glory time.
Literally, you would think his life depends on his fantasy football team. We had to plan our day and our weekend around his fantasy drafts.
No.
And he was like counting down the minutes until he had to get on for the draft. And so I just wanted to say to any girls who are dealing with their men and their fantasy football teams, like, I'm here with you and I hear you.
No, I have to say, why do they do does Cade's friends do the weirdest way to like decide who goes first? Ryan's friends were like they were all ducks on this like animated game, and everyone got randomly selected as a duck race in water, and that's how they had their lineup. Oh, how do you think of this stuff?
Hysterical.
It reminded me of the games at Kennywood.
Yes, why was I picturing that? Like ducks in the water.
That's exactly what it reminded me of. So it sounds like Cade's in leagues plural.
Yeah, he has like a college friends, hometown friends, maybe that just two.
Overwhelming. Like, who do you root for? Your one team or your other
overwhelming.
team?
He would have 50 leagues if he could. They like love to make funny team names. I'm like, okay, you do you, but just wanted to say it's about that time, which I'm fine with because I know when it's fantasy football time that it's like chili time and pumpkin. And it's just like this time of year is so exciting. I was outside earlier. I bought some mums. There was like a cool little breeze. Wait, I'm sorry.
Riley, it's really like, this is a hard time for me.
I was just going off and I didn't mean to.
I'm sure your shoes were crunching. With the leaves?
There are some leaves on the ground that crunch, yeah.
I was like having a great day, and then Hunter snaps me, and her rainbow leaves were on her feet, and it was like 70 degrees or something, 68 degrees. I was so devastated. I just want that crispy air and just want chili. I have a girlfriend that also moved from Maryland to Florida, and she said, I have to stay off social media for the 3 weeks of fall. Like the prime time of fall.
Yeah.
I'd appreciate if you just send me a snap so I can just pretend like it's me.
I will. I'm not trying to rub it in.
No, it is the best time of the year.
Yeah.
And it's just going to be a different experience for me. Like, I am going to Colorado in October.
Oh, yeah.
And Hannah said it's the prime time for fall. Like, we're going to go to the pumpkin patch and hike with all the leaves changing. So
stop.
And maybe, you know what, Rye? Maybe every year Ryan and I will come visit you and my sister in the fall.
I would love nothing more.
We can go to a Browns game, but root for the Steelers.
Yeah, we'll wear our Steelers gear and then get punched in the face probably.
Yeah, probably. Do you have a lot of Cleveland, like, are you seeing Brown stuff everywhere or no?
No, we're kind of far from the actual city of Cleveland, which I love. We were like exploring our neighborhood a little bit when we had to go to the grocery store and like we had to run out to Lowe's to get stuff to hang up. And it's like this cute little town. It's so funny here. And I just love it. It's like very quaint.
I love that. I feel like that's right up both of our alleys. Is that where that cute bagel shop was?
Yes, the Cleveland Bagel Co. So
Tell
good.
me about that experience.
It was just like so fun. It's this cute little bagel shop and it's 10 minutes from us, maybe less.
That's amazing.
I got a maple pumpkin coffee and a bagel sandwich. Like it was so good. We went 2 days in a row. I'm not used
is that
to
where you
that.
got the coffee the other day when you posted it? Because it looked really good.
Yeah.
Right. This is huge for the community. You normally have to drive an hour for a specialty latte.
I know. This is huge for me. I'm loving my new house. But moving day, was a lot. So we got the 26-foot box truck from U-Haul and we rented the movers from U-Haul, which amazing. I only knew that we could rent movers because Rose did it and told me. So again, thank you, U-Haul, for saving the day. I don't know what we would have done.
Love you.
So a 26-foot truck, they say, can pack a 3 to 4 bedroom house. And it's the biggest one they have. And our old house was 3 bedrooms. So I'm like, perfect. Well, so the movers are packing it and less space is becoming available and we have so much stuff. And at one point they're like, all right, so what is like priority to get on this truck? Like there was no room left. I was like, what do you, like everything? And so in the moment, my mom and I had to go out and get another U-Haul truck. And then we filled that truck and we still had stuff left. Isn't that nuts?
Did you get the smallest one the second time?
No, we got like a 15-foot.
So I should have pre-warned you because we were filled to the brim and ended up like pitching stuff that we probably would have taken, because I remember halfway through packing up the truck, they were like, it's going to be really tight. And I'm like, no, like there's simply no other option. Like we're driving this thing to Florida, but you guys have that whole other floor, which is, I think, all your gym equipment, and you also have had a deck and patio and Kate, like that's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we have so much stuff, and it's not on you for not telling us. Like we got the biggest truck, and
I know,
like I thought for sure we could fit everything, and so we still had stuff left. My parents had to do trips to their house and just like take stuff. Like so, half of our stuff is still sitting in their basement. It's
really
just crazy how much stuff we have. But that day. So after we packed up our house, cleaned, moved out, we had to drive to Ohio. I felt like a corpse. Like I just kept thinking about how you had to drive like 16 hours after you moved out. And I genuinely don't know how you did it because I was dying.
I know. When you sent me that text, I like read it out loud to Ryan and we were just like, honestly, it's hard to even talk about. Like it actually gives me PTSD. You will till this day, Riley. Anytime you pass someone on a U-Haul, like I'm just like, God bless. I feel for you. Please come over into my lane. I understand. And I'm just so happy you're basically on the other side, because moving is there's just nothing. Yes, it's fun to go see your new house and get settled in, but it's not glamorous whatsoever.
No, I was dying, and you're exactly right. Like every time, like we packed the trucks, we're like, okay, we made it to the next phase, got to Ohio. We're like, okay, we're one step closer. So it was just crazy. And then on actual move-in day, like 10 kids from the baseball team that Kate is coaching now came and unloaded the truck for us. And
God
I don't
bless.
think they knew what they signed up for because our stuff is so heavy. They were like dripping sweat. It was, I like actually felt so bad for them, but again, I don't know what we would have done without them. They unloaded the whole truck in an hour and a half, like took all of our heavy stuff upstairs, down to the basement. So thank God for them. We like got them pizza. They were so cute. And like, I just kept saying, thank you so much. It was just, I don't know what we would have done if we didn't have those guys. So strong.
So I actually told Ryan that too, because I thought that was adorable that they came over to unload. And then I was like, how are we at the age that Cade is the coach that's at like, I just feel like I grew up and my brother would like do favors for his coaches or have to do something after. I'm like, that is insane that we're at the age that Cade has all these kids and being like, okay, after practice, like, can you guys just come help? Like, how are we here? How is this? What the heck?
We're old hags.
But it's so sweet. Like, I don't know. I love that so much that they did that to help you because like that would have taken days of your life.
I would probably still be unloading the truck right now if they didn't come and help us. Like there is so much to do. And then the last couple of days, we've just been painting, changing out light fixtures, like getting everything in its place. And so slowly but surely, I'm feeling like this is my house. Like before we started recording, I was telling Rose, I felt like I was like sleeping in someone else's house. It was so weird. But now seeing all of our stuff in here, it's like so homey. And thank goodness for Labor Day weekend, I had like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and today Monday to move in. Like, what would I have done if we had to move in on, say, a Tuesday and then I had to work the next day? Like, crazy.
You would have had to take off. Simply had to. So do you feel like everything's fitting? Like, it's sometimes hard when you go from one layout to another layout. Like, how do you feel like the stuff's fitting in your house?
Okay, so I feel like actually everything is in here and like it looks really good. The dining room, which I need to send you a Snapchat of, it's my favorite room.
I'm obsessed with what you showed me. I don't want to say it, but even without your furniture, I just love that like cove. I think it's going to be like your favorite part of the house.
With the coffee nook?
No, like when you said when you were in the kitchen, you like turned the corner and it was a separate like kind of room, but all the windows to your yard.
Yes. That room is my favorite.
Me too.
I put my primrose mirror in there. What was it? Oh, so our living room couch doesn't fit in the living room here, and it's really upsetting me.
Shoot.
And
what?
Kate's couch doesn't fit in the basement for his man cave, which is so sad.
Does it not fit down the steps or just doesn't fit the space?
So no, the space is really big, but when you go down the steps, there's a very, very sharp turn and the couch is too long to make that turn. So Kate thinks he's going to knock a wall out and get it down there.
I did not expect you to say that.
Yeah, I'm just letting him, I don't care about that. I care about this living room couch. I'm so sad. So there's a fireplace, which is obviously a focal point. Yeah. And the only orientation, we have like a sectional that's like an L shape. Mm-hmm. The only orientation that it fits in that room is literally cutting off the fireplace. And it looks so stupid, but like we have to live with it for now.
Yeah. Would you like think about selling it and getting a new one? Okay.
That's the only thing. And also a lot of I don't know if this happened to you, but a lot of our furniture got really dinged up on the truck.
Yeah. I'm actually staring at one of my white, like plaster side table stools. It's all black on the back.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
a lot
whatever.
of our stuff got one of my mirrors broke on the bottom, which if it was the primrose, I think I would have passed away.
No.
But it's just like sad, but there's nothing we could do, I guess, from it rattling around. Yeah. But I mean, it's not the end of the world. For the scuff marks, I'm just going to like paint and fill it in.
Right. I will say I have the R house, so not the primrose, but tomato. I was psychotic with it. I'm like, no, that needs to be triple padded, 5 blankets over it, and the first thing on and off. Because if we're going to invest that kind of money, that mirror better last my last breath.
Literally. And like they're so heavy and just like good quality mirrors. Mm-hmm. So thank goodness those survived for us.
Wow. You have had such a whirlwind. I'm sure the Do Crew would tell you, but I'm just proud of you for rallying for the Do Crew and showing up today.
Thanks. No, I literally have not felt like an actual human being until today. And like I knew I had to film a podcast, and honestly, it feels good to be in some kind of routine. Yeah. Another thing, I've been surviving on donuts, pizza, bagels. Like I haven't eaten like it's so hard to get into a routine with eating. We barely had any food. Mm-hmm. Luckily, we went to the store today, but I feel like crap. I feel like not myself.
Well, you got to give yourself grace. And I will say, every meal you sent me, I'm like, oh, that actually sounds great. I'm like, Ryan, you want to get pizza? Next day you got bagels. I'm like, ooh, bagels sound good, right? You want to get bagels?
No, I'm 90% carbs right now.
Me too. But you have to give yourself grace. Like moving is survive. Like you were just surviving.
survival mode. I think on actual move-in day, I ate 2 donuts and like that was it. Like you don't have time to do anything else.
Shoot, yeah.
But yeah, this like being in routine with filming the podcast is honestly bringing me back to life.
I'm so happy. Oh, I wish I could be there. I just like,
Me too.
I'm so excited for you. And I know you're going to settle in and continue to make it home. So, are the renovations or like things you're doing, are they like an instant or are you kind of waiting a little bit, like settling in?
So the bathroom people are coming on Wednesday to
That's
like,
amazing.
quote an order. And for the deck, we want to do it instant too, because our backyard, it's like very nice out there and private. So I know we're going to want to stay out there and there's nowhere to sit right now. So those are our 2 main priorities.
Yeah. And you probably want to get it done before it's too cold and you can't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, another thing I wanted to say is one of my neighbors came over and brought us cookies. Isn't that so cute?
Wait, I forgot I wanted to ask, like, what was the vibe? Age range?
She's like older. She was really cute, really sweet. But the vibe in general of the neighborhood, there's like young kids running around, like
that's
young
amazing.
families.
That
is the vibe I get.
That's such a good feeling because that's obviously what you want in this season of life, you know?
Yeah. Right. So loving it so far. It was definitely, it's hard to move and it's like nerve wracking, but we made it this, like to this point. I'm good with where we are. Like it's feeling like home.
And how are the emotions of leaving your old place? Anything there?
Yeah, it was sad. I wasn't like crying or anything, but it was weird like closing the garage for the last time. But I'm kind of glad. I was so overwhelmed with everything else that like I didn't really have time to sit and like really like be sad. That's
exactly how I felt. Like you're just so consumed and like, I just want to get this over with at this point that you kind of don't have the chance to really dwell in your emotions. And you had so much to look forward to on the other side. I feel like your brain was more focused on like, I can't wait for this next chapter in our next home. Like I think it'd be different if you didn't have the home waiting for you or like figured out at least. So I'm so excited. It's just such an exciting time and such a good time of year. Like you're settling in right before fall and winter. I don't know. It's just like a good time to move.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I get like a butterfly when I feel a cold breeze. Also today at Meijer, I got a pumpkin spice donut in the bakery. I can't stop eating donuts, but it was phenomenal.
Oh my gosh.
So like being able to have pumpkin in my life, like at this exact moment is also just, it's like, it's helping everything.
No, I totally agree. I don't know what it is. I'm normally not crazy pumpkin. I think I'm really needing Florida to cool down because I'm like, is that why I'm craving pumpkin? Like I'm craving something that's just out of reach for me, but I'm like all up in the pumpkin game. And normally, remember last year I was like, I'm still in summer, but now I'm like, cool down. I want to put a sweater on, my mini Uggs. Like,
I know. We'll get there.
I know. But speaking of pumpkin donuts, you know the place we got smoothies in Florida, Crop?
Yes.
So I think I told you every Tuesday and Thursday they do like a vegan donut drop, like a special flavor. I checked this month's menu is like all pumpkin peanut butter, pumpkin chocolate, pumpkin spice. I'm like, I got to really figure out what days I'm going to go because I need...
That place was amazing.
I know. We went to the beach this weekend and got their smoothies on the way home and it was so refreshing. You know, like after the beach and you just need like something to quench your thirst.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Unreal. You'll have to snap me when you get the pumpkin stuff from there.
I will for sure. Well, we're excited. I'm so proud that you're through the worst. Are the U-Haul trucks returned? Because is that not the best feeling in the world?
Okay. Another great feeling. We returned them early. So we got some money back.
Oh, go off. You guys are winning.
Thank you to Kent State baseball team. So shout out to them. But yeah, should we get into what's in our cart? I feel like I've been talking so much about my move.
Well, I mean, it's a very life monumental moment. It deserved it.
Monumental. So, I had to remind myself what I wanted to talk about. Not much in my cart these days. I'm mostly unpacking, but, have you ever heard of I think it's called Josie Moran lotion? It's like whipped.
No.
Oh my gosh. I tried it for the first time the other day. I'm obsessed. The smell like lingers. It's so moisturizing. I got their new scent. It's like vanilla buttercream or something.
Ooh.
I'm obsessed.
Wait. So I can't believe I haven't heard of it. I'm feeling left out.
I bet you've seen it before.
Maybe. When you link it, I'm sure the label package will ring a bell.
Yes, I will link it because great lotion.
Especially for winter and stuff.
Yes, and it's like a good warm scent and it's not like overpowering, but you smell it, like it lingers, which I like.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
So remember a couple episodes ago when you were talking about Thorne products and how you love them?
Of course.
So in the midst of like moving and everything, we're trying to get back on track with like our vitamins, greens, blah, blah, blah. Cade's like, do you want a fish oil? I'm like, sure. And he had the Thorne ones. So I think I'm going to try to incorporate, I'm not a huge fish oil girl right now, but I want to incorporate it. And so I'm going to grab some from Thorne because I liked it.
Okay. This is so strange that you brought this up, but I went to one of our local markets and wanted fish oils a couple months ago. And I was like overwhelmed with what brand to get, like which one's quality. And I ended up getting, I don't know, some random brand, but I think Thorne creates such amazing supplements. And so Cade takes the fish oil and he gave it to you.
Yeah. Like I took one of his.
Go off, King. Proud of him. No, seriously. Like Ryan, I don't know. I just feel like he wouldn't like take initiative, like find a supplement on his own.
Yeah, he found it on his own.
Good for him.
So I'm going to get some for myself so I don't have to keep stealing his.
Let me know.
But what's in your cart?
Okay, my cart's also pretty boring. It's basically just two people that listen, that are our friends, recommended to me based on my hair health journey inspiration. And excuse me. And I am really interested in them. So I know last week I said I was leaning towards the Miel hair oil. Mm-hmm. But Riley's good friend, Alex, suggested this brand called Amore, and it's called the Grow Oil. And she said she loves it. And I think I've heard really good things about that brand. And this is probably a horrible mindset, but like the packaging really made me think it would be good. So I think I might try that. I need to just read into it to make sure it's about growing and like thickening your hair, because that's where I'm at. But I do have to say something so funny. We were at Publix the other day and Ryan goes, "Oh, your extensions are really hanging on." Cause like it was like poke, when they're so bad and they're hanging out. I'm like, yeah, I was like, I'm at a crossroads. It's like, he's like, what, you can't get them pushed up again or you have to get new hair? And I'm like, yeah, I can't get them pushed up. Like the girl said, next time I need new hair. He's like, well, how much would it be? Like, we need to figure out if you can do it or not. And I'm like,
did you tell him?
I actually don't know what it would cost because I haven't got new hair since I moved down. So
he doesn't need to know.
No, I think I might be able to convince him because when they're bad like that, it's just like, it's embarrassing. Like I actually think some of them are in my braid.
Yeah, I know what you mean. They just hang. So isn't it funny when the guys like kind of know, like, I think it's just so cute and funny when Ryan was like, yeah, can't you just push them up again? Yeah. Like they understand the lingo. Yeah. And I'm like, no, I feel like I've had this hair for an absurd amount of time. Anyways, so I'm either going to get that or the Miel, and I'm going to order it this week because regardless, extensions or not, I still want to take care of my own hair. Yeah. And I totally trust like a recommendation from Alex. She is so like, she would tell us either way.
Right? Like I don't need to do any research. Sold. Yeah. And then Hunter suggested, have you ever heard of the Scene hair brand? SEEN?
No.
Me either. But I think she said her esthetician recommended it because it's like on the cleaner side. She said she uses their hair oil, but she tried their hair oil because she's obsessed with their shampoo and conditioner. And she said the ingredients are pretty clean and she loves it. And if you know Hunter, she has phenomenal hair.
She does.
So I was like, I'm really loving my Wella, but I may try. And I looked it up and it kind of looks right up our alley. So I might try the Scene, SEEN. I'm going to link it for you guys. She said it's been a game changer for her hair. And I love the fact that it's clean. Mm-hmm. And she said there's a fragrance free if you don't want any fragrance, but she said she gets the fragrance. Just, I don't know. I feel like you need a little fragrance in your hair.
Yeah.
She said it's like a really subtle clean. Like you just feel like your hair is clean. So it sounded right up my alley. So I'm going to link it. I'm not in the market right now because I just restocked up my Wella, but I'm thinking I'm going to try it next time.
You should. And if it's clean, like that's amazing.
Right? I know, because that's hair is really hard to be clean.
I know.
But that's my cart. Not too great.
No, I loved that cart. Well, let's get into the main segment here. We're really excited to be talking about our periods. But before we do, I want to let you guys know that this episode is brought to you by Arma. As you guys know, we are completely obsessed with a good morning routine. Adding colostrum into our morning regimen has been an absolute game changer for us. Arma colostrum strengthens immunity, ignites metabolism, fortifies gut health, promotes hair growth and skin radiance, and powers fitness, performance, and recovery. We worked out a special offer for the Do Crew, of course. Receive 15% off of your first Armra order. Go to tryarmra.com/do15 or enter do15 to get 15% off your first order. That's tryarmra.com/DOU15. So I don't think I would have survived this move without Armra as well. Just like being so out of my routine, having it accessible anywhere is so important. And I'm out, so I need to order, and I'm going to go with the peach. Do you think it's still available?
I don't know if it's still available, and it's actually funny you brought this up because I'm almost out as well, but then I'm torn because I'm like, do I want to commit to a flavor? Like there's something so easy about the unflavored. Because then it's like you can add it to any drink at any point in the day.
That's true.
I'm also so intrigued by the peach because everyone raves about that one and the acai one.
I really want peach. I think
you should try it.
I keep forgetting. I'm going to order it after we wrap filming so that I can get it ASAP.
Okay. I also wanted to let the Do Crew in on a little like hack. If you've tried Armra in the past and you're like, oh, like I can't use this code because I have tried Armra before. If you have multiple emails, you can sign up on a new email if you haven't ordered in a while or you're not on a subscription and get it for 15% off. So that's a little hack if you're trying to save some money.
And they don't email you. Like it's not like you're signed up for their spam. I've used Cade's email before.
Yeah. I mean, anything for a discount. Like, why not? Right? They don't care.
Right. Exactly. So as you guys know, we're going to give you guys a little cycle cheat sheet so that you can understand your body a little bit better throughout the month. Like we mentioned last episode, we have this 28-day cycle where it's like our emotions are heightened and there are just certain times of the month where like there are certain things that are better for our body. So let's go through this cheat sheet and we can kind of just chat.
Yeah. Yeah. Girl chat.
Girl chat.
Before we get into it, this is like so TMI, but I feel like our whole thing is going to be TMI. Because I know that isn't the actual average 28 days, right? That's the average woman average. Is your cycle 28 on the dot average? Do you know?
I don't know. I need to like figure it out and count.
Yeah, I guess I only know because of my Oura ring.
I want one. Is yours 28?
Mine's between 27 and 28. So it's nice to know I'm in the average. Just feels good.
Totally. It feels good to be average in that sense. And like, it's nice to understand why you're feeling certain ways. Like, all right, we'll get into it because I have a lot to say.
Okay.
So your menstrual period is days 1 to 6.
If you bleed 6 days.
Right. It's like,
but this is average. We're talking average, but menstrual means when your cycle begins, the flow.
So depending on how many days, it can last like 1 to 6 days on average. So this is when your cycle begins and when all of your hormones are the lowest. So what are some things they recommend to do like during this time?
So I know because when you get your period, your body temperature drops. And that's what Riley's saying because, you know, when your hormones are at their lowest, your body temperature drops. And I believe they say, isn't this when you're supposed to like take it slow and do less intense workouts like walk, yoga, Pilates, journaling?
Exactly. Like not doing HIIT workouts or like running 10 miles and like you said, reflecting, journal, self-care, take a bath, do a face mask, go to the spa.
Wait, I love this. And I just have to ask like a little side note. I actually have friends who truly eat and work out with their cycle. And I
need to start
admire
doing that.
but I really don't do that because I'm such a creature of habit. And I'm like, oh, I'm bleeding. Who cares? Suck it up and get to your workout.
Yeah, no, same. I really want to start paying attention and like, I'm going to use this episode as my cheat sheet and like really take our own advice.
I feel like if we try it for 3 months, let's just say one or even a quarter, and then I think we'll know if we really feel the difference in our energy and our workouts, because I don't know, it may be nice to know, oh, right around the corner, I have a nice, like a more relaxing week where I can listen to my body and I don't know. I want to be this girl so bad, but it is harder. Easier said than done, but we're going to try. We're going to really try.
Rose, we can do it because we are the world's biggest type A planners. Like
we are.
We'll plan for it and we'll do it.
Okay. So what else about this section?
They also say during this menstrual cycle, you're supposed to eat like berries, dark chocolate, turmeric, and ginger. I don't know why the turmeric and ginger. Do you?
Maybe inflammation.
That would make sense.
I'm not sure I do my part on that.
Yeah, me either.
But berries and chocolate, fine.
Pull my finger.
I do know when I was struggling with my hormonal breakouts, my esthetician recommended, I forget if it was ginger or turmeric tea, but it was one of those two, like a tea. So if it's hard for you to have it raw, maybe you can have it at night with tea.
Perfect. Love that. Okay, so the next phase in our 28-day cycle is follicular, and that's days 1 to 13.
Follicular. I love this one.
It is fun to say.
Follicular. Maybe this episode is good for boys to listen so they know.
So they can understand us for once.
Exactly.
Okay, so here is when our hormones begin to rise. And this is when our energy and creativity rise, which for myself, I actually like notice this change in like my energy and creativity. And like, I want to create content and like, it's just crazy how much it can affect our like mindset, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Right. And you realize when you're in that phase, like, oh, this makes sense why I am like an overachiever these few days or whatever, versus when you're PMSing or on your period and you're surviving and hate everything and everyone. You know what I mean? Like it just, to your point, like when you know yourself better, you can kind of plan better. And I know this stuff, but I actually am not good at understanding. I know what the phases are, but I don't know like, oh, I should be like creative or I should be doing this. So this is actually good for me to be listening to because it's actually like cool that you notice that for yourself. I can't say the same.
Yeah, no, I think now that you know what this is, the next time you'll be like, oh, this is why I'm like extra creative or extra, I'm like planning and I'm wanting to do all this content. I don't know. That's how I feel. And they say the best time to, plan and brainstorm is this follicular phase.
Brain dumps like crazy.
Brain dumps go off. So you should eat healthy fats and probiotic rich foods. What's a probiotic rich food?
Sauerkraut.
Oh, I love sauerkraut.
You do? I actually wish I did.
That.
I'm pretty sure it's like incredibly healthy for you.
That kimchi brand I always see. It's like
yeah, exactly.
Cabbage.
Well, I believe because aren't fermented foods really good for your gut, and gut is linked to probiotics. Yeah. So, shoot, what else? We should know this. Maybe look it up really quick. What are some healthy probiotic rich foods? Healthy fats, I can answer that while you're looking it up. Avocados, nuts.
Yogurt.
Oh, duh. Yogurt. Wait, Ryan, are you still on the coconut cult or whatever?
Oh my gosh, I got out of my coconut cult routine and I wish I didn't. No reason other than I just like didn't order it and then I forgot and now we're here.
Yeah, but that would be good.
That would be really good. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, kefir.
Kefir. Yeah, that's a kind of milk.
Sauerkraut.
Yeah.
Tempeh.
Isn't that tofu?
It's a fermented soybean product that forms a firm patty. Sounds kind of gross.
No, I'll be passing.
Kimchi,
Okay.
miso, kombucha. Kombucha! Duh.
Kombucha, right.
Pickles.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you guys get the point.
You get the point.
So eat these types of foods during your follicular phase.
Okay.
Okay, so next phase. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I do really bad at this. I eat everything at all times. Like, I'm not like, oh, I should. And I'm like, should I think about my dinners that week of like maybe I should have, I don't know, like leafy greens instead of avocado. But I'm just like, that's actually really interesting because I definitely don't do that.
No, me either. And this is where our type A planning comes in. When we're planning meals for that week, like maybe we'll have more avocado toast to get like more of that healthy fat rather than, I don't know, like butter or jelly on the toast.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm on an avocado egg sourdough kick too.
So good. So good.
So good. Okay. Love that.
Okay. So the next phase is ovulation, which is day 14. This is when energy and libido are high.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know this, but this is the best time for like your harder like HIIT workouts.
That makes sense because you feel the best when you're ovulating.
Yeah. There's nothing better than like being in the mood for like a really hard workout and like
just
on
like
the flip side,
wanting a busy day and wanting to just kick ass. There's nothing better.
Nothing better and like getting it done. On the flip side, there's nothing worse than being, say, I don't know, on your period and you have to go do a HIIT workout. Like that's the last thing you want to do. And like, I don't know if you guys are like this, but I like half-ass it.
No.
So I think that's a sign that I should be doing yoga or Pilates or just stretching those days.
Yeah. And it makes sense because when you know your body, you don't have to feel as guilty when you're like, I really feel like I need to rest. But it's definitely easier said than done. And I feel like if you just ease into this, and like I said, try it for a few months. We can't speak from experience, but I think like people say they see a crazy difference in the eating and working out because, okay, so you said this is when your energy and libido are the highest, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like this is when like you feel your best. You're the most just like, I don't know, you feel yourself. You wake up, you're not bloated. You're like, you just feel truly like yourself. And how sad that it's like one day?
Yeah, it's
Thanks.
This one is day 14. It's not a range.
Like, thank you.
And yeah, thank you so much, Mother Nature. This is, like you said, you feel your best. They say this is when you have your fertile glow. Mm-hmm. So like you are looking your best, feeling your best for this one day. So get it all in. Anything you want to do it on day 14.
Seriously, take the photos. Yeah. Plan, go out for a date night, do whatever you want. Like, I don't know, just anything. But I do definitely feel that. I totally know when I feel my best, even just like my physique when I wake up and you don't feel like bloated or like you have your pouch or just like frumpy, you know, you just feel like, okay, this is me.
This is me for one day. And then I'll be back to hating my life.
For one day. So you better, like, all boys better love on their girl that day because that is their best chance for a good time.
Yes, exactly. So they say to eat fiber-rich foods during this time. So
that's berries, broccoli, leafy greens, nuts. I know that's healthy fats too, but aren't they good in fiber as well?
I think so. I'm trying to think of what has a lot of fiber and I'm drawing a blank.
Broccoli, spinach. Yeah.
Just get your fiber in, guys. On day 14.
Yeah.
Okay. So the last phase in our cycle is the luteal phase, which is days 15 to 28. Ew. This is when we're in the mood to clean and nest. Our bodies are more sensitive to stress and our metabolism increases by 10%.
What? I didn't know that. I feel like luteal phase sucks.
Luteal phase sucks. And this is when I'm like, I don't feel like tidying up the house and I don't feel like creating content or like doing anything. It's the worst.
It's the worst. And yeah, you just feel like moody and not great in your skin and things annoy you.
the best way, like I don't feel good in my own body. Like anything I wear or put on, like I hate my, like the way I look and feel. It's just the worst this time.
It really is. And it's unfair. I'll just say it. Luteal can go.
Luteal, we're not here for you.
And then it stinks because you get your luteal, you have this great day, then your luteal comes knocking on your door, and what do we get after we end that? Our period. Thank you.
Yeah. It's like we're on such a high and then we just hit rock bottom.
Every month. But
we have to do the luteal phase. So while we're in it, we should eat a big steak or juicy burger and support our immune systems with vitamin C rich foods. It says that we're supposed to avoid caffeine, alcohol, refined sugar, and fried foods during this phase, which is like, how are we going to avoid caffeine? That's what gets me out of bed.
Maybe we just avoid, I think we've talked about this, but having caffeine on an empty stomach. Like, let's do something for ourselves, eat a good breakfast or burger, whatever, and then have your caffeine.
Okay.
And maybe like you can have more natural source caffeine rather than coffee during these days, like green tea, fizz, more natural, plant-based that's less acidic.
Okay. I love that plan.
Okay. I'm in.
So that's our cycle, you guys. And then it just repeats. And I feel like with this cheat sheet, maybe we can make a graphic.
We should.
And like, you can just try to follow it. And then once we like do it for a couple months, it'll be so natural. We'll understand our bodies. We won't even need to look at the cheat sheet. We'll just feel better all around.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And I will say, when you do know your body better and even know what is normal for like the foods and moods, like you just feel that less pressure on yourself. And we put so much pressure on ourselves as girls because guys don't understand what we're going through inside, whether it be mentally or physically, or, you know, like when you don't feel good in your skin, like you don't want to like be like flirty and cute with your husband or boyfriend because you're like, ew, I'm disgusting, you know? And you're like, why do I feel this way? And they're like, why do you feel this way? So I think if you just take the time to learn and educate and understand your body, and if you aren't like on a, I don't know, I'd say like 25 to 35 has to be like, I don't know this. I'm not a doctor, but I would say if things aren't happening in a 28-day cycle and you're noticing that, then that would be a sign to probably go to a doctor.
Yeah, that's so true. Like understanding this cycle and the way we're supposed to be feeling, it can help us understand like when something is off. Mm-hmm. That is so true.
Because like if you aren't getting your period regularly, like, and before I was tracking and like knowing with my Oura ring, I had no clue. Like I was just like, oh, I should probably be getting my period soon. Like,
right.
You just know it's coming. But now with the Oura ring, it tells you like what phase you're in and stuff. And it learns your body and it will be like, here's your possible like predicted period date. And it's literally on the day or a day before or after clockwork.
I need to get an Oura ring so bad.
I can't recommend enough. It will really enhance all of our experiences. I know it is a big ticket item, but the holidays are coming around. So for everyone, it could be a good Riley birthday or a Christmas gift for people. And a lot of people can write it off on HSA. I don't have HSA, but some people do.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah. Yeah, we should make a graph. And like we said, it's just great to know your body better because our bodies are confusing.
Our bodies are so confusing. And even just like reading through this and understanding like, oh, I know why I was like being a bitch to Kate. You know?
Absolutely. Like if I get Ryan will be like, oh, are you getting your period? Like he can tell. Like because my mood, like he can tell, or when I'm like more goofy or like more myself. It's kind of crazy how they like learn you. And it's just so wild that there's a reason for why we act the way we do.
There's a scientific reason. Like
we're
it's in our
not just
brains
crazy
and our chemistry.
Girls. Yeah. And Riley and I listened to, I mentioned this at the beginning, but we listened to a podcast kind of talking about this kind of stuff. And they were saying, you know, if you're breaking out after, like you can be more sensitive to breaking out. I forget what phase. I think it's your follicular.
I'm not sure.
But maybe it could be like things you ate in your last period or in your last cycle. And your period's kind of like, if it's extra painful or you're breaking out extra, it can be like based on something that happened last cycle. So your body is telling you stuff through your period and through your skin and stuff. So it is really interesting to get to know your body.
It's so interesting. I totally agree with that.
Yeah. Okay. That was fun.
Well, if you guys made it this far, thanks for going through the whole cycle with us. We hope you learned something, and let us know if you like track, and if it goes well, we're going to try to do the same. It probably won't be perfect, but at least we'll have some sort of knowledge of like our bodies.
Yes.
Okay. So let's get into girls' room. We have some really good submissions today. First one. I love this one. I just fired my wedding hairstylist. She did a terrible job on the first trial and didn't listen to any of my concerns. I gave her another chance. The second trial was even worse. I asked for Hollywood curls and she did curls half one way and half the other because she thought I'd like it more. I literally got home and my fiance started laughing. It was definitely bad that a boy noticed how bad it was. I was honest with my stylist and canceled her. This isn't a question, just wanted to share my experience and talk about just how awkward the situation is. I did stand my ground. I was nice and respectful, but was truthful. I am so proud of you for this because that is something that I'm not good at. Like standing your ground, at least for me, is like really hard sometimes because I like feel bad. I don't want to ever upset anyone.
No, I totally agree, but it's your wedding day. Like you deserve to feel your best, and I'm proud of you because it's not like you're never going to see this person again. I mean, maybe it's her hairstylist on the daily, but it's like, okay, if you're not going to listen, one, you don't deserve my business and money, and two, like I'm not going to pay you to not feel confident.
Right. That's what I was thinking. Like if you're paying this person, like you want to love your hair, especially on your wedding day.
Yeah.
And you're paying her to do what you're asking for, not what she thinks you'll like. So I'm really proud of you. You did the right thing. It sounds like you were respectful. It's not like you were rude.
Right.
And I hope this inspires someone to stand up for yourself, whether it's your hairstylist or whatever. Just do it in a respectful way. But we should always stand up for ourselves and, what we want.
No, I totally agree. And if this girl hasn't found a new person, I was really nervous about picking someone. So I actually did 2 trials with 2 different people. I thought they were both great, but I thought I'd feel more confident. So maybe like search the location you're getting married, like with hairstylists at the end, or like wedding hairstylists or wedding HUA, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Makeup artist. MUA.
No, hair. HMUA.
Hair and makeup artist.
I forget. I swear there's a hashtag that they use. What is it?
I thought it was MUA. I've never heard the H one.
Okay, maybe it's MUA.
Well,
whatever.
Regardless, that's really good advice.
Yeah, just like maybe try a few different people and then you'll feel more confident and just, shop around. They're working for you.
Right. And it's probably $1 million, so you want to love it.
Yeah, exactly.
Wedding vendors it's crazy how much weddings are. Mm-hmm. Okay. This next one, oh my gosh, it's an update. So, okay, ladies, I need advice again. I'm the one who sent in that my husband was not on board with a clean lifestyle. Well, I think I'm getting him on my bandwagon. I've slowly changed products around the house. I'll admit they are not 100% clean, but they are rated 1 and 2 on the EWG website rather than the 5 that we had before. But I need advice on this. My mother-in-law mentioned the other day she bought us soaps from Bath & Body Works since they were on sale. She loves that place. I told her thank you that she could keep them since I'm trying to live a cleaner lifestyle and Bath & Body Works is the worst of the worst, so I've heard. She may have taken it offensively since she's been acting weird ever since I made that comment. Well, she was babysitting for us, so we were both at work, and I come home to my hand soaps all changed in my house to Bath & Body Works. She changed my soaps in my house. What do I do? I've obviously switched them out, but do I say anything? What if she does it again? We have a pretty good mother-in-law, daughter-in-law relationship, but this I am standing strong on in my house. I think that's crazy that she switched out all of the hand soaps.
Like, seriously, it's not that big of a deal. It's $5 at Bath & Body Works. Like, keep it for yourself.
Yeah, and like she clearly took offense to your comment and like, okay, that's fine, but why does she care about the hand soaps in your house that much?
Like, yeah. okay, it's one thing if you were suggesting her to change hers in her house and she doesn't. That's one thing. But to change without permission when she said no in your own home,
And also, the reasoning behind you not wanting them, it's not like you were like, oh, I hate the smells, or oh, I don't want anything from you. It's like, I have kids. I'm trying to live a cleaner lifestyle. Like, she has to respect that.
Like, don't you want your grandkids and son and daughter-in-law to, like, that's a good thing.
She sounds kind of crazy, honestly.
Okay, so she asked if she should say something again.
Yeah. Okay, so here's me being the people pleaser. I feel like you shouldn't say anything. Just let it go. Next time she tries to give you hand soaps, like, take them, put them under the sink or throw them away. But just like, I don't think this should cause a fight. But at the same time, it's like, you should be standing up for yourself. Like we were just saying.
I know. I would be curious what if she's talked to her husband about it and like what he is suggesting.
Yeah.
And then I don't know your relationship with your mother-in-law, but like maybe she doesn't understand. Like, I'm not trying to stereotype, but the generation of our parents has a harder time coming around to the cleaner lifestyle. So maybe you could send her the Skinny Confidential Branch Basics and be like, oh my gosh, I just listened to this. It made me think of our conversation about hand soaps. Like, I know my comment like came from left field, but like I would like you should listen to this and just kind of understand why I'm making the switch. I think it's so interesting. I don't know.
I think if she could take the time, it sounds like she maybe won't take the time to listen, but if she does, she would totally understand and like come around, and it would make so much sense to her. I forgot I wanted to tell you this story. When my mom was helping us move in, she couldn't fathom that I didn't have any Windex in the house. Because as you know, I grew up on Windex. I use Windex on everything because that's what we did in our house.
Oh yeah, same.
She went out and bought Windex because she said my clean, streak-free from Branch Basics wasn't getting all the like streaks out.
No,
so yeah, that's where we stood, which is fine. Like she was helping. I'm not mad, but it's just funny that they're just like, they can't get past it.
Like they think that Windex is the cure-all, which, I mean, don't get me wrong. Windex it really works. It's great. But I'll take a streak for the blue dye being out of my house.
Right. And it's crazy too. Like the smell of the chemicals, I didn't miss it at all. Like at first when I was still using it, I didn't mind it. I actually liked a clean scent, but now I hate the smell of it. It just smells like straight chemicals to me.
It makes me get a headache instantly. I told you that before. Also to this girl for Bath and Body Works, I'd be curious if her switching and then she came home, like did those scents overwhelm you? Because I can't even walk past it in the mall without it being like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe I bought that stuff.
Yeah, I know. And like we spent so much money on it too.
It was like our dream come true, especially fall. We were like, we have to go get the fall candles.
Right. Wild, but I'm sorry this happened to you. It does sound like she took offense to your comment and she just doesn't understand.
And that's okay. You have to do what's best for your family.
Right.
What were you going to say,
talk to your husband and like ask him if he thinks you should say something or not, and let us know what you do.
Yeah, we'd love another update.
Yes. Okay, last one. Hi, Riley and Rose. I'm coming to Girls Room mostly because I need a pep talk. I know you aren't mothers yet, but I listen to the pod every week and I feel like we are friends, which I need right now. For starters, I'm a mom to a beautiful, smart boy who is almost 2.5 years old. My husband and I are pregnant with our second, and we just found out it's another boy. I'm sad. I have always wanted a girl and dreamed of a life with one of each gender since I was a little girl. I feel like this dream was ripped away from me, and everything I have ever planned was taken away. I'm so grateful to be able to get pregnant, and I will love this baby no matter what, but I feel like I'm grieving the loss of a dream that won't come true. I am so close to my mom and sisters, and I just wanted that same relationship with a daughter of my own. I don't see a third child in the cards for us due to daycare costs, and honestly, I'm scared to try for a third and get the same feeling again if it's a third boy. I just feel like society makes you believe you need to have one of each gender to be complete. We are already getting the comments of, are you going to try again for a girl? It's so frustrating because I'm already sad about it, and it feels like people are just putting salt on the wound. Please tell me I'm not a bad mom or person for feeling this way. I feel absolutely guilty for feeling this way. Again, I want it known that I will love this baby so much, and I am ultimately happy for a healthy growing baby. Thank you for giving me a place to vent. I think you're so justified. Like it's a lot of girls' dreams to have like a little bestie, a little girl to do her hair and have a relationship with. Like, we're so close with our mom. So I get it. But at the same time, it's like everything happens for a reason. And I don't know, I feel like you're meant to have 2 boys.
Yeah. This is tough. And I would just go on to say, of course, you're going to love your kid
Right.
with every ounce of you. Like, you don't have to justify that to us. But gender disappointment, it seems to be a very real thing. Like, I've seen it all over the internet. So don't feel bad or wrong. But 2 things is, like, God gives you exactly what you need. And sometimes you think you want something certain, but like, maybe seeing the bond of these 2 brothers together is going to like just do something to your heart that you didn't expect. And like, it all is truly meant for a reason. And like, having healthy babies is truly all that you can ask for at the end of the day. And I will say, I have quite a few friends that are boy moms, and they post really great things of like how much an honor it is that you get to raise like the next generation of men, like to love on women. Like, you get to be like, that's such an honor, because raising good men is like, God feels like you're capable of doing that. And so that's like an honor. And, you know, maybe things will change and you will accidentally have a third, or you will have a third and it'll be a girl, but like, whatever is meant to be will unfold. But I can imagine that being hard in the moment. But I bet the second the child's there, it'll all disappear. That's what seems to happen. You know, we can't speak from experience, but I don't know, Rai, what else would you say?
No, I totally agree. And you don't have to say like, just so you know, I'll love this baby. Like, we know you will, and we understand why you're like a little bit sad. But I was also going to say, accidents happen. You never know. Like, my sister's 7 years younger than me. And so you never know. Maybe you'll have a girl one day, but maybe not. And I think you'll know why you had a second boy when he's born, and when you see the bond between the brothers. And I'm excited for that for you.
Yes, me too. And like, I wish I could give you a hug, but you're probably an amazing boy mom. So that's an honor. Boys
I know,
are
I
so
love that you
stinking
said
cute
that.
too. Like,
An honor.
I know that obviously having a girl is a dream, but like, I hear having a boy is so special.
So special.
Aw.
Well, I think that concludes our happy hour. Thank you guys so much for spending this time with us. I loved hanging out with you. As always, feel free to like, subscribe, share, follow, leave a review, all the things.
Yes. And I'm going to just cheers to Mother Nature and knowing our bodies, knowing our periods, and all things girl talk, if you stuck through this episode. So cheers to that. And of course, we love you guys, and we will see you same time, same place next week. Love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.